Hey class of 2023, I'm Andrew Fitzgerald, your Vice President at NHS, and today we're going to talk about what your freshman year is going to be like, the teachers you'll have, and your expectations for the upcoming year.
Hey guys, welcome to Franklin Academy High School, that is. This year is going to be a big year of transition, a big year of starting to focus on your path towards your future career, towards what you want to do after high school, whether that is career, college, anything like that. We want to get you prepared for whatever profession it is that you want to go towards. I am here. I'm the Student Success Coordinator. My name is Miss Sharon. As of September, I will be Miss DePizzle. So I am getting married, but that doesn't change what I do. What I will be doing is I'm your support system throughout your high school career. I'm here down in the Media Center right now, and anytime that you need extra support or advice on what classes you need to take or what you need to be doing to better prepare yourself for college or for what you want to do, you just come to me and sit down and we'll talk it through. I'm really good at giving that advice and I really enjoy it. I love making sure that you guys feel like you're on the right track and have that confidence to keep going. High school is a really hard time sometimes, but it's also a really fun time, and it's a time where you're able to really explore what you're interested in, what you're not interested in, and really get to know yourself. So there's great opportunities awaiting you, and I'm really excited to meet all of you.
So the primary difference between middle school and high school is that everything you do in high school, from the minute you walk through those doors on the first day of school, counts. Your attendance counts, your grades count, your assignments count, your choices count, everything counts. And it counts not only this year and each quarter, but it counts for the 4 years that you're going to be here. So it's really important that when you start high school that you come in with some idea of what you'd like to accomplish in these 4 years, and also how you intend to continue to make good choices each day, so that as you progress through those 4 years, you don't find yourself in a situation where you've made bad choices and have a hard time recovering from them. Hats at the high school. Some days I am running the schedule and helping students with making choices for classes. Some days I am disciplining students who don't make the best choices. Some days I'm in meetings with parents, I'm in meetings with students, I'm in meetings with teachers. I help to work on curriculum, I help to get things organized for the year, I do all the handbooks, sometimes I clean the bathroom, sometimes I'm the school nurse, sometimes I'm the school social worker if someone has a problem and they need someone to talk to. So I wear a lot of hats here at the high school and I'm happy to do so.
Hey, I'm Mr. Fouts. I'm the Assistant Administrator here at Franklin Academy High School. My job primarily involves discipline, a lot of building maintenance, a lot of interactions with students, and student life here at the high school. Some advice to help you have a successful freshman year. My biggest advice would be to come to school every day. Seat time in high school really matters. It matters for every class, and your seat time can affect passing and failing, irregardless of your grades. So come to school every day. Do the homework you're asked to do, and get involved. Get involved in a club, in sport. Find your niche in high school. It will make your high school experience much better.
Thanks, administrators. Now let's go talk to Miss Kay about the math department.
Well, first we have the bridge building competition team. It's open to freshmen, sophomores, seniors, and juniors. It's a competitive balsa wood bridge building competition. We compete every year at the NCDOT, and we are the team to beat. We also offer to juniors and seniors the opportunity to go to Disney World for a very special extreme engineering program at Disney World, where we get behind-the-scenes tours by Disney Imagineers. In order to be eligible for that, you have to be in either physics, calculus, robotics, AP computer science. So push yourselves. Have that as a goal as freshmen. Well, Mu Alpha Theta is our Math Honor Society, and they offer peer tutoring. If you're in need of one-on-one tutoring, you can contact Ms. Knopf, and she can assign a tutor to you. We also have morning math tutoring every morning up in my classroom, room 203. If you're needing help on an assignment, you didn't understand a particular concept, we have plenty of capable tutors upstairs to help you out. In order to be successful in any math course, you need to take complete notes, ask questions when you have questions. Don't assume that you're the only one who has that question. Study consistently, do homework on a regular basis, take advantage of all the tutoring opportunities either before school, during flex, and most importantly, learn how to study for a math assessment.
Thanks for dropping that knowledge bomb on us, Miss Kay. Now let's go talk to Miss Sanders with English.
So the primary difference between middle and high school English is that in high school English, I think there's like a little bit more freedom. You get more chances to really discuss literature. It's a little bit less like memorization. It's a little bit more text-based. So it gives you a chance to, if you're in honors, potentially read books that you pick yourself and are interested in reading, and it gives you a little bit more time to enjoy the text and discuss it with classmates and as a class as a whole, rather than solely having to do more like worksheet type things. In ninth grade English, we read some really awesome texts. I know I'm biased, but I love To Kill a Mockingbird, especially that's the novel that we read. And then we get to read Romeo and Juliet, and we get to read some short stories just to kind of introduce the different terms as far as like elements of fiction, and just kind of getting like a basic sense of seeing those terms applied to different types of genres. And then we also read a play called A Raisin in the Sun. So you get lots of different genres and different writing styles, but you're kind of practicing similar skills as you go. And then when you get to 10th grade, you're reading a lot more world literature, so you're reading things like Night, and you still read Shakespeare, you read Midsummer Night's Dream, and you get to read All Quiet on the Western Front and Things Fall Apart. And then in 11th grade, you get to read Great Gatsby, which is super exciting. It's one of my favorite texts. And Their Eyes Are Watching God, and some Steinbeck, Of Mice and Men. And then your senior year, you get the joy of reading 1984, which is life-changing. And I'm not even totally sure which Shakespeare they do, but each year you get to do at least one Shakespeare. Kind of depends on the teacher's choice there. So yeah, there's kind of a big overview of what it looks like in high school.
Miss Sanders, that was an absolute banger. Nick skirted California, freaking died by the earthquakes. So I'm gonna take you to Mr. Baker to talk a little bit about history.
So I would say that the biggest difference between middle school and high school, social studies, history, social sciences, whatever you want to call it, is really the idea that you're moving up different cognitive levels with your approach to your studies. And what I mean by that is that instead of just maybe learning just factual things, which is important, you know, as you do in middle school, you're kind of taking that to a different level, right? You're taking that to a different level with how you interact with class conversations, how you interact with writing about history, how you interact with the idea of showing your knowledge in a variety of different ways. We're looking for students that are willing and able and also interested in taking what I call intellectual risks. Intellectual risks mean that you are willing to put ideas out there, you're open-minded to the idea of other ideas that other students might share, you know, that are contrary to your own. And so therefore, I think that just with high school, just kind of sum that up, it is factual, but we're expecting you to build upon where you already are. Basically, at our level, students are going to start off with World A, As they transition to sophomore year, they have several AP options. They have AP World History. Usually that'll be the big AP that year, and then as an 11th grader, rising junior or seniors also, you have the option of taking a lot more AP possibilities. You've got AP US History, you've got AP Psychology, you've got AP Human Geography. Most importantly, you just come into high school with the idea that your experience is meant to be something above and beyond. Not that your middle school years have been a bad thing by any means, but it's meant to be something that's above and beyond where you're already at.
Mr. Baker, that was mad litty. Let's go to the arts department to see their opportunities.
So art in high school is a lot of fun. We offer so many different classes, everything from Visual Arts 1 to AP Art, which is a college level art class that you can take here at the high school and potentially earn college credit for. We have visual journaling, we have painting, we have ceramics, we have 3D design and sculpture. I would say one of the main differences in middle school art versus high school art is the overall expectation. Mrs. Furr and I like to teach our students and introduce them to lots of different techniques and art history movements and artists. And we do have high expectations for their work. So it's a little bit more rigorous than middle school. If you are interested in art or you think you might want to do it, I would strongly encourage you to take Art 1 as a freshman. Mrs. Furr teaches that class and she is excellent and will introduce you to all sorts of different art medias. You'll do painting, you'll draw, you will do sculpture, you'll do mixed media, printmaking, all sorts of fun things. We do have a National Art Honor Society here at the high school, and that's something that you can get involved in your sophomore year. So this is basically an honor society for art students. We do projects where we use kind of our art skills to help others. So we do different events in the community. And one thing we are doing new next year is that we're going to start kind of an art mentorship program. So even coming in as a freshman, if you want to try art, but you're kind of thinking, well, I'm not that good at it, but it sounds like fun, I would encourage you to do it because we're going to have some upper level art students available to work with Art 1 students and Art 2 students who might have questions or need some extra help on their artwork.
There is a big difference between middle school band and high school band. Get in high school is when you really get the opportunity to perform almost double the amount that you do in middle school. There's the high school experience that makes it so much more interesting because there's a variety of things to play for. We changed a little bit of the music structure, the way we teach in high school. We don't bring the percussion players into the concert band winds. They have their own ensembles and they play their own music as well as learning the concert band music to play with them. And then we have jazz band. And luckily here we have a great interest and we're allowed to have 2 jazz groups, the JV and the varsity. So there's a lot of great opportunities besides what we've talked about, such as pep band, and then we have small ensembles and large ensembles. That high school band, we have many performances. And so we believe in playing for our school, we play for ourselves, we play for our own families. And we love to play for the community, play for the Veterans Day ceremony, always during the fall at the Wake Forest Memorial, Vietnam Memorial. We play for a variety of sports games such as ladies soccer, men's soccer, ladies and men's basketball games. And we also are very interested in knowing the things that we're doing well and the things that we need to work on. So every year, we participate in the North Carolina Music Educators, what they call musical performance assessment. And that is where we bring in professional educators, especially at the college level, to come in and listen to us play music. And while we're playing, they give us comments saying we did certain sections well, or we need to improve on certain things in the music.
Hi, my name is Abby Maxwell, and I am the theater arts teacher at Franklin Academy High School. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the high school program, how it's different from middle school, what skills we build on and continue to use, and talk a little bit about what our events look like. So the theater arts program has levels 1 through 4. So in theater arts 1 and 2, we do kind of a broad overview of theater. So in theater 1, we're going to learn a lot about acting, obviously, but also a little bit of theater history. We talk about improv, we talk about voice and articulation, and we start to learn about the psychological part of acting. So there's a lot more to acting than just memorizing lines and going up on stage and doing what your director tells you to do. We really start to look at how do we create a character from the bottom up. What is their backstory? How did they get to this point? How do they function in the whole story of the play? And your culminating project for that class is a scene study performance, where it's a small scene that you do with one other person, but you do a lot of pre-work to make that person as human as possible, to flesh them out. Aside from my theater arts classes, I also teach musical theater, which next year we are going to be performing the Addams Family musical, which I'm very, very excited about. And that class meets during 0 period. So the first 2 weeks of school, you have to audition to be in the class. So basically, if you make the audition, you're in musical theater. If you don't, you have to drop that 0 period class. We do dance part of an audition, we do an acting part of the audition, and a singing part of the audition. And if you want more information, please send me an email at maxwella@franklinacademy.org, and I will send you all the information that you need.
I would have to say that we do a lot of the same things, we just build upon them. In high school course, we provide a lot of events like honors choirs and festivals. We also, next year, will be doing competition, and we'll be going to Busch Gardens and also to what we call MPA, which is our music performance adjudication. So we have a really busy calendar throughout the year. We provide opportunities for those that want to be challenged more. We also do something like Broadway night, where kids get to sing music from Broadway shows or films, and they perform that with lights and costumes. So we do a lot of fun things along with our regular fall and spring concerts. And one of my goals as a teacher is to help kids become independent musicians. So teaching them more about how music works and how their voice works, and how to take better care of their vocal health. And really using technique with breathing and where you place the sound, using resonance, I think is really important. And so we just build upon skills to become better singers. And I also really stress the importance of ensemble and really creating a family network in the groups. So it's really kind of their soft place to land, and they just love being with each other. So that's what we do in high school course.
Dang guys, that was a wild ride. I hope you have a great time at freshman camp and a successful start to your freshman year.